Tiny Tales with Tia. Today we're going to be reading another Learn with Peppa Pig story. Where is the snow? Where is the snow? Peppa Pig and George are playing outside. It is chilly and windy, but they are cozy in their big coats, woolly hats, scarves, and gloves. Peppa says, "It is winter, George. We might see snow." Peppa spots a muddy puddle. Peppa loves jumping in muddy puddles. But when Peppa tries jumping in this muddy puddle, she slips and swerves across it. This is a frozen puddle. The mud has become like slippery ice. Peppa is not sure that she likes winter. Oh. Daddy Pig decides to show Peppa that the winter months can be full of wonder. But when he treads on the same puddle, oof, whoops. "Wow, that is slippery," he says, wobbling about. "Please try to keep your balance, Daddy Pig," cries Mummy Pig. "You'll be covered in bruises." Peppa and George look down at the frozen brown puddle. Their unhappy faces look back at them. They touch the puddle's icy surface. "Where's the snow?" they cry with sad voices. Peppa and George shuffle to the pond. It is frozen too. What can they do? Maybe the key is to ask nicely. Peppa performs a magic wiggle, then makes a wish. "Please let it snow," she whispers. The ducks do a wiggle too. Suddenly, giant snowflakes start to tumble down from the sky. "It's snowing!" cries Mummy Pig. "Hooray!" shouts Peppa. Peppa's friend Suzy Sheep whizzes up to them on her sled. "It's snowing!" Suzy giggles. Peppa nods. "Yes, we made it snow with our magic wiggle and a wish." "Well done," says Suzy. "Follow me. We're in the middle of a sledding race." Suddenly, at the top of the hill, they discover a whole group of Peppa's friends with their sleds. "Oh dear, Peppa and George do not have a sled." "Don't worry," says Daddy Pig, lying down in the snow. "Hop on." Peppa and George have won the race. Daddy Pig goes fast. Mummy Pig says, "That was a different way to get down the hill." Whee! Peppa and George try to collect as many snowflakes as they can on their gloves and faces. "I love winter," shouts Peppa. Now let's do a quiz with Peppa. Which season was the story set in? Winter. How did Daddy Pig describe the frozen puddle? It was slippery. What did Peppa do to make it snow? She did a magic wiggle and made a wish. What did Peppa and George use instead of a sled? They used Daddy Pig. Read page 12 again. What does the word shuffle mean? Now let's do it. Shuffle means hardly moving your feet and making soft movements. Can you think of another word you could use instead of different in this sentence? That was a different way to get down the hill. You could say that was another way to get down the hill. Well done. Which season is your favorite, and what do you like about it? My favorite season is winter because I get to cozy up in the blanket and eat popcorn and hot cocoa with my brother. Thank you for reading this book with me. I hope you enjoyed reading Where is the Snow? Bye! See you next time. Shuffle.